Welcome to the Daily Five, your source for today's top stories. We're diving into the latest developments on the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, examining the rising concerns surrounding artificial intelligence regulation, and exploring the groundbreaking advancements in cancer treatment. We will also be covering the increasing tensions in the South China Sea. And finally, we will be reporting on the upcoming Summer Olympics in Paris. Stay tuned for in-depth analysis and comprehensive coverage of these crucial global events.
1.
The situation in eastern Ukraine continues to deteriorate, with reports of increased shelling and troop movements along the front lines. Both Ukrainian and Russian, backed separatist forces have accused each other of violating the ceasefire agreement, leading to a renewed surge in violence. The intensity of the fighting has raised concerns among international observers, who are calling for an immediate de-escalation and a return to diplomatic negotiations. The United Nations Security Council is scheduled to hold an emergency meeting later today to discuss the crisis, and several member states are expected to propose new measures aimed at easing tensions. The conflict has already had a significant impact on the region, displacing thousands of civilians and disrupting essential services. Humanitarian organizations are struggling to provide assistance to those affected by the fighting, and the situation is expected to worsen if the violence continues. The economic consequences of the conflict are also being felt globally, particularly in the energy sector. Ukraine is a major transit route for Russian gas exports to Europe, and any disruption to supplies could lead to higher prices and energy shortages. European leaders are working to diversify their energy sources and reduce their reliance on Russian gas. But this is a long-term process that will take time and investment. The political implications of the conflict are also significant, as it has strained relations between Russia and the West. The United States, its allies, have imposed sanctions on Russia in response to its actions in Ukraine. And these sanctions are likely to remain in place as long as the conflict continues. Russia has denied any involvement in the fighting, but Western governments have presented evidence to the contrary. The situation in Ukraine remains highly volatile, and there is a risk of further escalation. The international community must work together to find a peaceful solution to the conflict and prevent further suffering. Diplomatic efforts are ongoing, but there is no guarantee of success. The future of Ukraine and the stability of the region depend on finding a way to end the violence and restore peace.
2.
The rapid advancement of artificial intelligence is raising profound about its regulation. Governments around the world are struggling to keep pace with the technology, and there is growing debate over how best to ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically. One of the main concerns is bias in AI algorithms. AI systems are trained on data, and if that data reflects existing societal biases, the AI system will perpetuate and even amplify those biases. This can lead to unfair or discriminatory outcomes in areas such as hiring, lending, and criminal justice. Another concern is job displacement. As AI becomes more sophisticated, it is capable of performing tasks that were previously done by humans. This could lead to significant job losses in certain industries, and governments need to prepare for the social and economic consequences. Ethical considerations are also paramount. AI systems are increasingly being used to make decisions that have a significant impact on people's lives, such as medical diagnoses and autonomous driving. It is crucial that these systems are designed and used in a way that is consistent with human values, ethical principles. There is no easy answer to the question of how to regulate AI. Some argue for a light touch approach that encourages innovation, while others argue for stricter regulations to protect against potential harms. The European Union is taking a leading role in AI regulation with its proposed AI Act. This act would establish a framework for regulating AI systems based on their level of risk, High-risk AI systems, such as those used in facial recognition and autonomous driving, would be subject to strict requirements. The United States is taking a more cautious approach with a focus on voluntary standards and guidelines. However, there is pressure on the U.S. government to develop a more comprehensive regulatory framework. The debate over AI regulation is likely to continue for years to come. It is a complex issue with no easy answers, but it is crucial that governments, industry, and civil society work together to ensure that AI is used for the benefit of humanity.
3,
The fight against cancer is seeing remarkable progress with breakthroughs in treatment offering new hope to patients. Researchers are developing innovative therapies that are more effective and less toxic. Traditional treatments like chemotherapy and radiation immunotherapy, which harnesses the power of the body's own immune system to fight cancer, is proving to be a game changer for many patients. This approach involves stimulating the immune system to recognize and attack cancer cells. Several immunotherapy drugs have already been approved for use in treating various types of cancer, including melanoma, lung cancer, and leukemia. Targeted drug delivery is another promising area of research. This involves developing drugs that specifically target cancer cells while sparing healthy cells. This can reduce the side effects of treatment and improve its effectiveness. Nanotechnology is playing a key role in targeted drug delivery, with researchers developing nanoparticles that can carry drugs directly to cancer cells. Gene therapy is also showing promise in the treatment of cancer. This involves modifying a patient's genes to make them more resistant to cancer or to directly attack cancer cells. Gene therapy is still in its early stages of development, but it has the potential to revolutionize cancer treatment. In addition to these new therapies, researchers are also making progress in early detection of cancer. New screening tests are being developed that can detect cancer at an earlier stage when it is more treatable. Liquid biopsies, which involve analyzing a patient's blood for cancer cells or DNA, are also showing promise as a way to monitor cancer progression and response. Treatment. The progress in cancer treatment is being driven by advances in our understanding of the disease. Researchers are learning more about the genetic and molecular mechanisms that drive cancer development, which is leading to the development of more targeted and effective therapies. While there is still much work to be done, the breakthroughs in cancer treatment are offering new hope to patients and their families. The future of cancer treatment is looking brighter than ever before.
4,
The South China Sea remains a flashpoint, with tensions escalating due to increased military activity and overlapping territorial claims. Several countries, including China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei, have competing claims to islands and maritime areas in the region. China's assertive behavior, including the construction of artificial islands and the deployment of military assets, has raised concerns among its neighbors and the international community. The United States has also increased its military presence in the South China Sea, conducting freedom of navigation operations to challenge China's claims. These operations have been criticized by China as provocative and destabilizing. The disputes in the South China Sea are not just about territory, they also involve access to valuable resources, such as oil and gas, as well as strategic control of important shipping lanes. The South China Sea is a vital waterway for global trade, and any disruption to navigation could have significant economic consequences. Diplomatic efforts to resolve the disputes have so far yielded limited results. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, has been working to develop a code of conduct for the South China Sea, but progress has been slow. China has been reluctant to engage in meaningful negotiations, and it has insisted on resolving the disputes bilaterally with each claimant. The situation in the South China Sea is complex and multifaceted. There is no easy solution, and any attempt to resolve the disputes must take into account the interests of all parties involved. The risk of miscalculation and escalation is high, and it is crucial that all parties exercise restraint and avoid actions that could further destabilize the region. The international community must continue to urge all parties to resolve the disputes peacefully and in accordance with international law.
5,
Paris is in full swing preparing to host the Summer Olympics, a global event that will bring together athletes and spectators from around the world. The city is undergoing a massive transformation, with new venues being built and existing infrastructure being upgraded. The organizers are working hard to ensure that the games are a success, but they also face a number of challenges. One of the biggest challenges is security. In the wake of recent terrorist attacks in Europe, the French government is taking no chances. Thousands of police officers and soldiers will be deployed to protect the games, and strict security measures will be in place at all venues. Another challenge is logistics. The Olympics are a massive undertaking, and it requires careful planning and coordination to ensure that everything runs smoothly. The organizers have to manage transportation, accommodation, and catering for thousands of athletes, officials, and spectators. Despite these challenges, the organizers are confident that they will be able to deliver a successful and memorable Olympics. They are working closely with the International Olympic Committee and other stakeholders to ensure that all the necessary preparations are in place. The Olympics are not just a sporting event. They are also a celebration of international cooperation and understanding. The Games provide an opportunity for people from different cultures to come together and share their experiences. The Paris Olympics are expected to attract millions of visitors from around the world, and they will provide a significant boost to the French economy. The Games will also showcase Paris as a vibrant and modern city. The organizers are hoping that the Olympics will leave a lasting legacy for the city and its people. The Paris Olympics are just around the corner, and the excitement is building. The world is eagerly anticipating the Games, which promise to be a celebration of athletic excellence and international cooperation. Thank you for watching the Daily 5. We hope you found these stories informative. Please subscribe to our channel for more updates on the world's top news stories.